James Anderson from RotoWire here with 3 breakout sluggers to target in your 2025 fantasy baseball leagues. These 3 young sluggers all enter spring training without a guaranteed everyday job, and thus they're all going after pick 300. But they've also all got significant upside, and they bat right-handed, so we're really chasing everyday upside here. There are plenty of appealing lefty sluggers in this range, but they're mostly going to sit against lefties, so if we hit on any of these 3, they might be everyday players for us. The first is Jhonkensy Noel, outfielder with the Guardians. Noel would be going over 100 picks higher than his recent high-stakes ADP of 365. If the market had any confidence he would be playing every day. We won't have any assurances of that until late spring training at the earliest. And as with all these guys, we're making a bet on the skills and the upside with Noel. There's a chance he only starts a couple times per week, but we're rolling the dice. If, in a best case scenario, Noel is playing regularly, he could hit 30 homers this year for the Guardians. And he's got a reputation as a high strikeout hitter, which is keeping the price tag a little bit lower than it should be. But at AAA, before he got promoted last year, he had his strikeout rate under 15% over the final 5 weeks at AAA before he got his promotion. His 115.9 max EV, 15% barrel rate, 78% average bat speed, all elite marks. Noel doesn't turn 24 until July. As long as he's available in the mid 300s, I think it's a worthwhile gamble that could yield big time power. The next guy to target for a breakout slugger, actually going after pick 400, is Jordan Beck, outfielder with the Rockies. Beck is no longer prospect eligible, and he put up ugly numbers in a small MLB sample, so he's been flying under the radar all offseason. However, Beck is a toolsy 23-year-old outfielder with significant pedigree, and I'm betting on the Rockies, giving him another look this year over the likes of Sam Hilliard, who's currently projected to be their everyday right fielder. Beck's big league data is undeniably poor, with the exception of his arm strength and sprint speed, but his 35.6% hard hit rate in the minors, which is available on rotowire.com, is an elite rate, and his 74.1% contact rate was adequate for a player with impressive raw tools. Don't be fooled by his big league exit velocity data. Beck is a 6'2", 225-pound slugger. Just watch some video of him hitting homers. It's big-time power. He's available at pick 430 in high-stakes drafts. Now, the final breakout slugger candidate who's going late, Zach Dezenzo, first baseman with the Astros. There will be very real competition for playing time in Houston's outfield this season. They're going into the year with basically no established high-end outfielders, and Dezenzo has the highest fantasy ceiling of any of the candidates, and he goes into the year eligible at first base, which is fantastic, as first base is a wasteland after pick 300. Dezenzo is going well past that. He's got a recent high-stakes ADP of 477. He was kind of rushed through the upper levels of the minors last year as a 24-year-old, only playing 25 games at AAA, where he slugged 573 with a 22% strikeout rate. In the majors, Dezenzo's playing time was inconsistent, and he never really got going, but his 75.4 mile-an-hour average bat speed was elite, as was his 16% blast rate on contact. Noel, Beck, Dezenzo, they're all big boys. Dezenzo is the biggest. He stands 6'5", 220 pounds. But he's also got above average speed, which could serve him well in the outfield and could lead to a handful of steals. So there you have it. 3 cheap breakout power candidates for you in 2025 fantasy baseball leagues. Go to rotowire.com/try for access. No credit card required.